A group of seniors moved to a well-kept mobile home village to live out their golden years.
But a battle between the property owner and a neighbor now has some of those residents stuck in the middle, worried they could lose their homes.
News 13's Gabrielle Burkhart brings you their story in tonight's special assignment.
Tucked away in this quiet corner of Rio communities near Belen,
So much to worry about.
there's a battle brewing behind the scenes.
What would it mean for you to have to get up and move your whole home?
It would almost be like starting over. It's just a complete pulling out roots and just having to go into debt again.
Like most of his neighbors, when Mac Baca retired years ago, he wanted something simpler.
We moved from a 2-acre site with a 3,600 square foot home to a small single wide, and it's very low maintenance.
But this peaceful retirement community in the Vista del Rio mobile home park is now shaken. On top of rising rent costs, Baca and 14 other neighbors recently got a letter from an attorney representing Jill Cleary, the property owner behind their homes, saying their fences, sheds, and in some cases their actual homes are actually on her land.
I can't believe this is happening.
Marianne Fox has lived here for almost 4 decades and had no idea there was a property line problem. The demand letter gives residents 60 days to move the encroachments. And if not, attorneys say they will seek a court order to force them to move property off her land.
The threat. I mean, leave us alone. You know, we're an elderly group of people who just want to exist and go through our final years the best we can.
The 84-year-old can't afford to move her home and has nowhere else to go. A recent land survey recorded with Valencia County shows Cleary is correct. Her property line happens to include the back portion of Vista del Rio Mobile Home Park, meaning 15 of the park's residents have a property line cutting through their homes.
These days, some of those older plats or lack thereof are coming back to haunt us, so to speak.
Gabriel Luna is the Valencia County Community Development Director. As property gets passed on to different owners over the years, and when people buy and sell land, he says newer and more accurate surveys are taking place.
And if an old survey was never recorded or not recorded properly for the mobile home park, that could be an issue with neighbors.
He says that's what may have happened here, and there's not much the county can do.
So you haven't seen anything like this before?
I have not, no.
Involving this many residents?
No, not at all.
My concern is that the residents are going to have to pay for that.
John Fortier has 2 large sheds and a back fence over the property line. TriWinds, the company that owns Vista del Rio, sent a letter to its residents stating the identified encroachments have been in place for many years and pre-existed either theirs or Cleary's ownership, and goes on to say they cannot provide specific legal advice to the residents about their next move. We reached out to TriWinds and Cleary's attorney, but neither would interview with us. TriWinds sent News 13 an email saying we have no comment while legal counsel actively pursues a resolution. Cleary's attorney told us over the phone that TriWinds is being, quote, completely unreasonable, and while they don't wish to cause problems for the people that live here, they are preparing legal action against the park's owner.
They're just sitting on the problem.
Fortier says he's spoken with the property owner who's threatening to sue the park and doesn't hold it against her for trying to reclaim her property line. But being stuck in the middle has neighbors scared.
They're intimidated to the point where they're actually in fear.
With limited communication from the park's owners, Fortier says it's hard to believe TriWinds will protect their future here. Fox, on the other hand, says it'll take more than demand letters to get her to move.
What would it take for you to have to do that at this point?
I don't know. Death. I'm not going to move. I'm very happy where I am.
On special assignment, Gabrielle Burkhart, KRQE News 13.
The 60 days in that demand letter just passed and none of the 15 residents has moved. We asked if the neighboring property owner would be willing to sell the portion of land to that mobile home park, but her attorney says that land is not for sale.